Alright, hello everyone. I'm going to be starting out like usual here with the tier 9 AMX50 Foch here. Tonight, typically I platoon, plan on soloing. I just had a pretty long day at work today, so I figure it's not going to hurt, especially since I need to grind out some matches, especially in this thing. So I'll be able to get a few more matches in tonight, but nice to see a lot of you guys are here already. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting first match as far as where I want to set up. I guess everybody wants the suicide apparently. So I guess here we go. I don't think everyone's actually going to do it, but I'll at least try to pop up here. I got one shot in, but that's all I'm going to want to attempt here. Alright. It's just, I didn't want to sit back in A4. I wasn't going to be able to hit anything. If only I had the time to do that. Bobo, yeah. You're in your cell, nice cuppa. Oh. Hopefully it's a cell with a good view. A little grumpy dog down there freaking whining, if you can hear that. I actually gave him a couple little treats because I was setting up for like the past 45 minutes or so on here, and he was kind of begging me, but obviously he wants more. My problem is I don't want these guys to push up because we're outnumbered over here. Yeah, you can ping those guys, but we do not want to push up there. We want to make them come out and we can pop them. I just don't know why they knew that the ST, or not the ST1s, the Skodas were over here. And yet they continue to push out to where they can shoot them, or basically get shot in the sides. Like, I'll try to help this T95 to the best of my ability here. It's just, it's gonna be hard for us to push past this building. There we go. Very nice. Nice to see you guys, though. I'm basically the same as last stream. I haven't played at all, so way over 200,000 experience left to grind. Yeah, I haven't really had much time in between last stream and this stream to really accomplish anything, which is why like I said a few minutes ago, you know, I typically platoon today, but I'm gonna solo. And today at work it wasn't like terribly busy, but had a few hiccups, so I'm gonna try not to make them stick around in my mind for too long. I don't feel like thinking about work. Nothing too bad though. It's just it was an annoying day to be me. All right, so I thought I was gonna shoot through that stuff, but I guess not. bounced off of him, but whatever. He still died. But at least tomorrow at work should be better. Nice to see everybody again now. Trying not to get myself into a bad spot here. I'm gonna catch up on the chat after this, but if there's any tank requests, you know, feel free to request tanks now. I'm gonna basically do 2 tank requests, throw into a, or hop into a grind. Primarily this, WZ132, WZ111, 1-4. Yeah, primarily them though. Yeah, I've had less time than usual, just because we're kind of running around trying to figure out stuff for Levi as far as like changing his food and stuff. So that took up much of my day yesterday, and also switching cell phones and stuff like that. We just had to do Ryan's, and come next week I'm probably going to be switching mine as well. Just a lot of it. It's a hassle. I don't have the Object 416, Joel, sorry. I didn't get to read the whole comment. I saw it pop up earlier. I saw that you say you're grinding it, but yeah, I don't have that tank. Ah, that's a nice little Bobo. No 17-hour workday. I am glad. Yeah, I'm surprised though that I'm getting hit with as, even though the reason you see this tank get hit by a lot of premium shells is primarily tier 9 and 10s, but tier 8 some can do it as well. The frontal plate bounces standard rounds unless you're a tier 10 TD, and you have to hit these very gigantic weak spots on the top, which isn't all that hard. But if people just double tap 2 into a premium round, they can pretty much pen a lot of the front without having to aim at anything. And especially heat, you can pretty much, whereas some shells don't go through the side very easily, if depending on the angle. If you just double tap and have a heat round, you more or less can just overmatch the hell out of it every single time. It's gonna change next patch when they buff these tanks a little bit, but thank you very much, M53. Alright, so Carl has a VK4502B. Later on in the stream, you would like a challenge? Sure. I'll just write that down there so I don't forget. But most amount of damage here, almost 4,000. Not too bad, and 1,100 assist here. Right, I'm just catching up. Gotta tip Levi a biscuit here. Let me hop into the T-34-85M now. Let me warm up a little bit. Hey, bud. You know the drill. Go look cute. As far as earning Levi biscuits, pretty much, Dean, the way that they're calculated, YouTube the bot here, it counts you as watching, so it counts your view time, and also for the biscuits. Basically, it's 1 per minute. It calculates it once per hour. All you have to do is type 1 chat message within an hour, and it counts you as viewing for an hour. That's how I have it set up for the chat bot. A lot of, like, I can configure it to whatever interval I want. Most people do it for, like, basically they'll do it to where you have to, like, chat once per 10 minutes or something is, like, the default. I do it for once per hour, so, you know, you could just say, like, hi, and, you know, it counts you as watching for 60 minutes. So it doesn't matter where you watch, you know, it basically is based off of chat, the way this chat bot works. It doesn't count just you watching if you're not chatting. It just counts basically the active participants of the chat. That's how it works. Because it's not, you know, it's not an official YouTube bot. It's a third-party bot, more or less. So, Gary and everybody else. I missed a lot of people's names, but yeah, nice to see all you guys. And Loki, nice to see you. Well, as far as phones go, yeah, I know about like other carriers and stuff. Here, though, we kind of, you know, you're kind of stuck with 2 different services here in Cape May. There's Verizon and AT&T. Everyone else has terrible coverage here, but basically, Ryan, we're going to AT&T. We've been on Verizon for forever, but more or less we're going to AT&T and whatnot because we're basically just purchasing our phones. She really likes having a phone small enough that can actually fit in their pocket, which Verizon unfortunately doesn't have unless you want an iPhone. They don't have anything small. I've, for the past like 3-4 years, I've always had a Sony phone. Like right now I have the Sony Xperia Z3. So she got basically a Sony Xperia X compact, so a very small one. And I'm getting not the newest version, but just the X. But I don't like spending a ton of money on my phones. So like I don't really game on them. Don't really do much. I guess primarily yeah, I primarily use it just to go on like social media and stuff at most, when I actually have time to do that. Alright, I'm about to die unless I can track everybody coming around this corner, but I'm trapped. We got a little track action there. Alright, there's a heavy tank number 6 coming around. But yeah, as far as phones, pretty much we are, you know, we don't have any contracts, but we pretty much already made our decision. Thanks for trying to help though, Gladys. But yeah, this way we can pretty much change whenever we want, month to month if we want to, since our phones aren't tied anywhere. Which Verizon, yeah, they pretty much own you. But did 1400 damage, but I kind of knew what I was getting into going over here, brawling against heavies. I was gonna get stuck over here, and once that happened, yeah, there's no getting out. I was just hoping I'd do a bit of damage, which I did there, but it definitely lowers your like ceiling, getting stuck in a spot like that. Alright, so Tiger 131 here. Go. Ah, nice. You're on Discord. Hello, Abdul. Nice to see you. That's not a bad not a bad view, nice cuppa. The pic you loaded on Discord. Granted, you know, to me, I not to say I don't really like cities, but to me that's not a bad view because, you know, I've never really lived or been in a city for very long, so it's at least interesting. It's better than my view at work, to where, like, we have a ton of windows on the side of the building, since it's Victorian, and back then, you know, they didn't really have, say, hoods in a kitchen to ventilate, so we have a ton of windows in our kitchen. I have a view of basically a wood fence that's about maybe about less than a foot away from the window, so you just get full-on fence right in your face. That's what I get to stare at all day. Only time I'm actually outside most of the time, except for Saturdays, is it's still dark out in the morning because our outside freezer is where we keep a lot of like the cases and everything. But I'm done getting everything in from out there by, like, I don't know, like 6:30, so it's still dark out. So yeah, I get to stare at a fence for most of my day. Hello, Baptist. Nah, Tiger 131, it was bought. Well, bought for me. Alright. I'm gonna catch up on chat here in a minute, because I'm gonna be in a precarious situation trying to crest here. Yeah, I missed him, but... Oh my god, that was me. That was such a bad shot. Thank you. Thank you, teammates. That sounds nice, Flatus. Yeah. Me, like, I guess my phone. I really like Sony phones for some reason. Ever since I got one, because I've tried a few phones before it. I guess, yeah, I really like them. Especially because I'm... Not that it's the only phone that's waterproof, but without a case, but... I tend, not that I don't drop my phone much, but I tend to forget when I'm going outside with, like, Levi or something and it starts downpouring. I like not worrying about my phone. But I don't have to worry too much about, like, dropping it in the ocean or something. I never have time in the summer to actually go to the beach. Unfortunately, the fence, with the way our building is, my family's like restaurant and hotel, it's technically the second story, the first floor, because it's on pilings, because it's right near the beach. Everything's kind of built up there. So you're actually pretty freaking high off the ground just being on the first floor. Oh god, that guy, I don't even know how he got in there. Well, I hope you're pointing backwards too. Definitely not angled correctly, but if I angle somewhat right here. Thank you, GW. Just out of all those people sitting in the center, you had to shoot me. How do you train your crew fast? Do you check off accelerated crew training and or pop them in a premium tank? You earn more experience for crews in them. Hello, Leaf. Oops. I was reading chat and not paying attention here. Alright, little whiny dog. He's extra needy tonight. Hi. What's wrong? Hmm? Okay. There you go. I think he's just sad because yeah, he goes 2 days in a row with basically me home for, or at least with him for, you know, the whole day. And then today, granted, he is, it sounds weird for a dog, but he is separation anxiety to some extent. But he was alone for like maybe 3 hours a day. He just gets he gets really depressed. So we have a KV5. I'll do the challenge after this, and then I'm gonna do my, you know, grinding and mixing challenges back and forth, or not challenges, but tank requests back and forth. Hello, Tig. Nice to see you. All's going well so far. Hi, Daniel. Which it seems like September coming up here, they kind of released like a glimpse of what's to come. It's like we're getting the patch before September, basically next Wednesday it should be, for the NA server. EU should be about the same too. Russia is the day before on Tuesday. But in September they released a kind of... See you, Joel. Thanks for stopping by. Good luck with your tank grind. More or less, they're releasing 2 new premium tanks, it says, in September. What you're going to want to expect from that, actually, one is basically that, I forget the name of it, but it's like the Object 416 line, you know, the rear-mounted Russian medium tanks. They're releasing that tier 8 premium. I don't know if anyone saw the kind of previews of it. More or less, it's nothing like crazy insane or anything, but it is a very good tank. Basically, you know, it's balanced against its peers. So you're gonna have a lot of frontal armor, pretty decent gun, but terrible gun depression, and yeah, it's gonna be hard to play for those that don't know how to play that line. And then the other premium, oh god, it like zipped out of my head there. I'm gonna have to try to remember. There's one other premium that they're releasing that, oh lord, I literally just had it in my head a minute ago. But the one's that Russian, and yeah. But it's not really a secret as to what they're releasing. It's just, why'd I have to run across him? Screw it. I'm gonna make my life miserable and push into him some more here. Oh, there's a Type 4. Hopefully my Type 4 comes and protects me. Nobody can really fault me with trying to use premium rounds here. I actually have a crap ton of tanks with armor in front of me. I like going to this spot just to kind of be the bait, which isn't gonna work out if I keep letting him shoot me. Keep turning that way. No, no, I can't pen him even with APCR. Here comes a T-54 lightweight. Oh god, I don't think anyone's actually gonna hit him. Yeah, thanks Type 4. Thank God. There we go. Now I can up out here a little bit more. Loading gold. There's no no tomorrow. But that's kind of the KV5 for you. They're actually thinking about, for some older premiums like the KV5, they're definitely gonna have to weigh their options before doing it, because it could piss people off. Like, I really wouldn't care as long as they give it justified buffs, but they're actually thinking about older premiums with preferential matchmaking that are really difficult to balance, like the KV5 here. Basically giving them full matchmaking and giving them significant buffs to bring them up to speed, you know, having to face tier 10s. So like the KV5 would probably receive some armor buffs, and I would assume a different gun. Same caliber, probably the KV4's top gun, to where it would actually have penetration to deal with tier 10s. I've played World of Tanks since 2011. It's probably not just you, Gus, but, you know, I would say don't hate people just based off of where they live at. No. Ah, there we go. I was kind of counting down because that was going to be close. Well, we're still never getting the Waffle Trucker 100. So hopefully all those Chinese players like playing against it. Probably won't though. Well, that too. Doug, don't hating, you know, not hating people is very good as well. Like me personally, like people at work, like, you know, working anywhere, there's always some sort of drama. Like people are like, oh, I hate this person, I hate that person, and people sometimes think I hate people. Like, I don't hate anybody. I might get annoyed or, you know, might dislike some certain things about people, but personally, like in my personal life, I don't hate anybody who's around me. But yeah, not exactly a ton of damage, but at least I didn't lose credits in this thing. You can always count on the KV5 for that. Even with its premium rounds, having to use a lot of them, they're still fairly cheap for being a premium round. Alright, so I have a challenge up here, the VK4502B. More or less, it is also a tank request too. I've got to 2.5 times the hit points and damage. Basically damage, assist, and also block combined. So having done this a few times, pretty sure that's 4,850. Well, that's the thing. They're floating the idea around. Personally, I think a lot of people are gonna make a big deal out of it and freak out, and they won't do it. Which, thank you very much, Grigsby, for the tip. I almost missed that one, but I went that way in that tank because that's the most important flank on that map. Not necessarily the best spot for that tank, but it's the most important spot for your team on that map, so I went there. Like, I think people are gonna overreact, even if they're really significant buffs for these tanks. I think their best bet, you know, they might do refunds like they did with the Super Persian, where if you want to trade it in, you can get back, you know, the gold amount for that tank. But I think their best bet, honestly, is just the, say, KV5, IS6, and other, like, old preferential tanks, is give them small little buffs, leave their preferential status, intact, but give them small little buffs to where, you know, people aren't complaining that they're like left in the dust. Even if they just give them like small credit earning buffs to where, yeah, if you come across a, say like a Patriot and you're in a super Pershing or something like that, you're at a bit of a disadvantage, but you're still making more credits than other tier 8. But with that, they should just take them out of the shop. Don't let anybody buy them, like the E25, so on and so forth. They have all these tanks that they have plenty of premium tanks floating around to where they don't have preferential matchmaking, and they can just replace the preferential tanks already in the game. I just don't know why they've kind of hesitated doing that. I know that kind of limits like them doing like sales and stuff like that, like during the holidays, but this is actually, I'm looking at the guns pointing at me. I'm turned here. Yep, I think I'm not gonna get this challenge, Labobo. Think you're gonna beat me here. Yep, I definitely lost, so this is the like the one other loss that I lost the challenge, so that's what I get for, I saw the T30 and the FV405, but yeah, I shouldn't have pushed up like that. Didn't help though that I couldn't straighten back out because it wasn't my teammate's fault, but more or less I just didn't get myself in a great spot there. But that's what happens when you get yourself in the wrong spot against frickin' tank destroyers like that. Alright, so on to a grind. I'm gonna hop back into this guy first. Yes, I do. That's not your fault. Let's say the KV2's on the tank request list. I'll get to it in a bit, PK. Hello, Sniper. Thank you very much for the subscription. Honestly though, guys, like the whole like thing of talking about like Russians and stuff, nothing wrong with people from Russia. Yes, you get team killed by them. Which Sergeant Rock's on the other team? Pretty sure that's the one that I know. Just because with numbers it makes it confusing, but you know, you get team killed by everybody. Doesn't matter where they're from, what server they're from, happens to everybody. So honestly, in World of Tanks I've met more people that have basically went out of their way to troll and kill people that are on the NA server than anywhere. Granted, that's where I have all my matches, but yeah. Hello, Adjunct. Well, they didn't really say for sure, Grigsby. It's just like an idea they're floating around. It might be for other ones, but I don't think they would change a lot of the mid-tier ones, but who knows. It's basically for tanks that are very difficult to balance with the preferential matchmaking that they're thinking about it. Waiting it a little bit too long. I'm actually going to get up here. Yes, there are, Labobo. There's just no reason, Gus, to bring back the Waffle Trucker E100. Grill 15 is a perfectly fine replacement. It was actually somewhat based on a real design. Waffle Trucker E100 is just completely made up fictional, doesn't have any place in the game. So Wargaming is never going to bring it back on a real server. I know the Chinese server is technically a real server, but in my eyes, you know, they do enough shady stuff over there that it can't be considered an actual World of Tanks server. Since I played before the Waffle Trager 100, and when it was first released and people saw it, they're just like, why? Literally nobody asked for this. They asked for the Waffle Trager tank lines because, you know, they were actual tank destroyers, but or at least designs, but nobody asked for the tier 10 E100 TD. I know people really have a fascination with it, but I believe it's, what, still on console to where you could play it there if you would. Please. Or move to China. Crap. Yep. Should have known. And look, he's shooting APCR. We were talking about premium TD shooting APCR and premium rounds. Oh my god. That's partly... Thank you. That was partly my bad. I aimed a little bit too much left. I need to not get spotted before I... Whoa, T30 or T29. You're supposed to let me just slip right in on here so this T30 does not pop me. There we go. It'd be a happy TD. Don't have a shot on him. No problem, Sniper. I try to answer everything that I can. Sometimes I might miss a thing here or there. Yeah, I try my best to get to everybody that I can. Corners, they're my enemy in this thing. Push this guy out of my way. That face. Dust off the Christmas hat. I was about to say, it's actually sitting here. Although I will say, if anybody is trying to purchase that tonight, I would hold off another stream because I will have to... I think I have to change the batteries in it. So I'll actually remember to do that by the next stream will be Sunday. If anybody is thinking of doing that. Alright. Got 4 kills and a bit of damage. I could have gotten a bit more, but still a pretty good match, all things considered. So next up I have a Centurion Action X. I gotta read these real quick. Don't want to deal with that right now. There's something from work. Andrew, more or less how the Chinese server operates. Wargaming doesn't directly control it. Basically, a Chinese company has to run it. Wargaming gets a part of the profits from it, but it's not the Chinese government per se. It's a Chinese company. They follow the government's laws, of course, but they kind of have the final say on everything. A Santa suit? Yeah, I don't have a Santa suit. But basically the Christmas hat comes with the sweater I have over there. So thanks, Sniper. Hey, I might not have the most subscribers, but I've got the best ones in my opinion. Might be a little bit biased though. Pretty sure Levi likes you guys too. Well, I know, Retro. There's, you know, seeing a player play without a ton of gold rounds at times is a little bit crazy in today's game. I am kind of hoping, awesome, that Girl 15 wrecked him. I say I'm not planning to push too far in here like I usually do. I'm kind of hoping that my field wins, but that might be wishful thinking. Even though I was actually thinking, since you're here, Uber, you have all these Levi biscuits. I was actually kind of thinking of making a special, I need to figure out what it is. A special thing that costs 100,000 Levi biscuits one of these days. Brian shot me down on my first idea, which would be very embarrassing for myself, but we were in a store and they had a onesie that was basically, there was I think I could fit into them. There was Care Bears, like a little grizzly bear. I forget what else though. They had a bunch of different onesies of like animals. I was kind of joking, but she's like, no. I wasn't allowed to get one. I don't know why I get myself into these things. Whoa, I don't think he stopped there knowingly, but it'd be nice if someone could shoot him. Like STB1 has, there we go. STB1 has a shot on him. Like, I know I'm taking HP damage. He's not just critting me, but I'm gonna take one more. Nope. There we go. I just think it was important to kill him. Retro. Yeah, I know. I was trying to think of something. Even though it wasn't actually a Care Bear, it was something that resembled it, but Ryan's kind of my safety net when I come up with a somewhat weird thing, and she's just like, no. little Levi is gonna get yelled at here in a minute if he doesn't stop whining. It's starting to distract me a little bit here. Nice shot. I actually pinned him with that. Wasn't my intended target, but it worked. Ah, shit, I forgot all about him, to be honest. Ah, shit, and I missed him. So in between him penning me the first time, he decided that he needed a premium AP shell, even though he penned me with the APCR shot, and he was versing or facing off against 2 Centurion Action X's that he could pen with standard rounds. Yeah, it's things like that where people automatically like panic, like I need gold. Like, no, you don't. Just fire standard rounds. Aim. I don't think so. AMX-50B, I would say. So basically, you have the Kranwagen, AMX-50B, T-57 that all compete against one another. I think they're all balanced against one another. The weakest, actually, performance-wise, if you're talking about like damage and like win percentage and stuff, is I believe it's actually the Kranwagen is the weakest of the 3 right now. It's like the T-57 has the highest damage pumping capability, but it doesn't have the mobility of the 50B. You need to stop. Yeah, I'm yelling at you. So I got a mastery badge first class. Yeah, not a shabby match. I definitely took some damage I didn't need to, but stayed alive, and sometimes that's all that matters. The 50B has the mobility, and now it did get buffed somewhat recently. Yeah, I think they're honestly completely fine. Yeah, that's fine. I saw your other pictures, Kappa. That's not a bad thing to stare at every day. It still beats a fence. Alright, I'm gonna play the KV2, then get back into another grind tank. Favorite tanks to T110E3. Yes, she does, Kappa. She saves me. Uber, if I did that, I would. This is gonna be mean. You basically would be watching Quickie Baby stream, so, but not even just his, but quite a few other streamers that play World of Tanks, or I should say Anfield. So that's probably. I don't even know if he still streams. Hello, Duo. Hello, Gordon. Nice to see you. IS-7's good. It's getting buffed, which is gonna make it that much better. Thank you for tipping Levi, Biscuit here. Not that I think he deserves it right now, but... I kind of meant that jokingly, but sometimes it's not even just Quickie Baby, because I get why people watch his streams. When I randomly click around on Twitch or even here on YouTube of other people streaming World of Tanks, they tend to complain a lot about things, which I don't get. Like, it's the game, and you know, you kind of have to expect, say, getting hit by gold and stuff. Yeah, it's annoying, but sometimes the whole stream, every match, it's just people complaining about it every single round, so... Well, Levi, he's back there kind of whining, because, whatchamajig. He basically catches on to things, and he knows that he gets biscuits now when I go on the computer, even if I'm not streaming. And he tries to wear me down, to where if he whines enough, he thinks he gets them. But he knows all I have to do is point point my index finger at him, and he knows to cut it out, or else he's gonna get flipped over and shamed. See ya, Cuppa. Right now, you know, it's not, the tank request isn't full right now, no. Like, I'll keep adding them on to where I definitely know that I can't take any more, but it is getting very close. Oh yeah. Oops, I see that shot, which is a little bit more appealing. I don't think we're gonna be able to pull this out. Awesome, 962 damage. And that guy's probably like, what just happened to me? It's just, this is, I'm not really that useful going back to the base at this moment, so I'm just hoping to dish out as much damage as possible here, to where I can turn, or I should be able to turn the center. This guy is hopefully, no, stay there, stay. That's gonna hit him. Awesome. Hitting one of these guys is gonna be next to impossible. Yeah. I guess I'm gonna, I kind of have to turn back now, but the reason I didn't go back earlier is, you know, I am bottom tier here, but trying to fight heavies out on around our base here, they're just gonna be able to kill me if I don't keep range between me and them. Yeah. My main hope was being able to take out enough near their base, which their lights were very smart going back near their base so we could cap them out, but our team just kind of drove up and torn to shreds. There we go. You can thank me later, Artie. Where do I think this guy is? There. Nope. Which, not to blame anybody, but I don't know how much HP our tier 7 BK and Panther have, but about to find out. Yeah, they should have pushed harder. But there's a bunch of different things at work there. Well, the problem, not to say Wargaming, it's not their fault, but the head of balancing, because before they put this Morazer guy as the head of balancing, Wargaming was actually, not to say close, but they were actually leaning strongly towards basically, instead of rebalancing all the tanks like they're doing now, they were still going to do that, but they were going to rebalance gold rounds and premium rounds. You know, same name, same thing, but yeah, this amount of damage, but didn't amount to much because we got clobbered. And half that was off the Scorpion G. But basically when this guy came into play, I think he he went a different route, which it's unfortunate. I'm pretty sure that was the Type 4 Heavy that was requested. I forgot to do a grind. I'll do it after this one now. I keep forgetting to grind tanks. But yeah, it's just it's not even worth complaining or discussing, because at this point, you know, you either like World of Tanks or you don't. And the changes that they're doing, as long as they're not completely dumb, like say if they released a Waffle Trager E100, then you have something to complain about. But you know, thanks Sniper. That's sad and unfortunate. Well, hopefully you got, you know, he had a long good life. Levi's starting to get up there. He's 12. I've only had him since about a year and a half ago, but he's been in my girlfriend's family, you know, his whole life, so. Yeah, is scratching fine? Thank you very much, Labobo. Okay, there we go. At least I tracked him. Oh, he's still going. T-28 has a little bit of a, I don't even know what to call it. Death wish, maybe? Say, if he's not dead by the time he's about to be, I'm gonna HE him. I'm actually kind of angled. I'm angled well enough here to where I'm just gonna sit out and block a ton of damage here. I don't know why our Scorpion G just decided to hop out in front of me. But I'll distract these guys long enough to let my team hopefully win the rest of the map. First tier 10 tank was, excuse me, the T-30 heavy tank. Second was the IS-7. Third, I believe, third was the T-110E3 M48A1, number 4, and then I think after that came the FV-215B heavy. And the T-92 SPG somewhere in that mix. I kind of am corrupt. Yeah. After standing up all day, honestly, I can pretty much sit in any position and it's comfortable to me. This just feels more comfortable to me right now than sitting normal, to be honest. Yeah, I stood up for about 10.5 hours a day on a concrete floor. Some of it with like little mats on it, but yeah. Glad. I would say this tank, I got a little bit lucky they weren't throwing APCR at me early on. You're screaming fall back, but I hate when people do that, because where am I gonna fall back? I'm gonna go up there? Yeah, that's useful. I'm gonna go all the way back there too. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Right now though, we should be pushing, because our other side is doing a very good job. We should just push and finish them off. And the Scorpion G killed me with APCR. I'm not too surprised, but honestly, I didn't feel like sitting there for another 2 or 3 minutes. Where if I bounced them, great, but APCR, with the way I was angled, he could pen me quite a few spots on my turret, but mainly in this area, down here. But he probably hit me somewhere around there. Anyway, pretty decent match. I did my job there. Didn't do a ton of direct damage, but I blocked a lot, and I think I assisted with quite a bit as well. Alright, so let me get into WZ132A. Yeah, I think I just want to do free experience. I'll try to take a look at it, Gus. Your replay. Man games, please stop spamming. Honestly, I'm gonna time you out here. You're just randomly typing stuff that makes no sense, so. Yeah, the 704 is better than the 268, honestly. So if you don't like the 704, then you're not in for a good treat. Well, like I said, I'll try to take a look at it. Honestly, yeah. I just don't know when I'll have time, to be honest, because I know I don't have time after today's stream, and tomorrow, I don't think it's going to be a bad day at work, but Fridays, I usually am like, I have a little bit of free time, and then it's like, nope. It always turns out to be something. But, you know, it'll be there when I do get some time. And everyone else can see it as well. In the meantime. I was gonna say, I don't really want to go anywhere because my team hasn't really pushed anywhere, but I'm gonna go, I think, in the center. Tiger 2, he's a tier 8 and a 10. Whoops. I don't know why I just did that, granted. I don't know why he kept... maybe I do know why he kept backing up. Although he just backed into that shot. Not be coming up here. Well, the 704, it's just basically its mantlet is where it has armor. Most things can pen it otherwise. Not to say these guys are doing things wrong, but I'm just looking at where their tanks are. And I'm like, how are they not dead? I don't think he can, speaking of the 704, yeah, maybe he can. Yeah, this is not going to go well. Yep, can't help them now. Maybe I should have pushed there a little, honestly, the Tiger 2 would have been killed if he went anywhere else. That guy's just being a dick. Honestly, you should be more angry at me because I haven't really pulled my weight as a tier 9 light. Granted, I can't really go anywhere because my team hasn't pushed anywhere, so just trying to find shots where I can and nothing is working. Thank you very much, Bat Chat. I'm surprised he's aiming at me because he can hit those 3 tanks kind of balled up there in the center from that angle he shot me at. Like, no question he can hit them. And yet he decided to shoot at me. I'm gonna die. Yep. This was not my... Granted, playing this light on a small map where you kind of need some gun depression to play a light, I'm not too surprised this turned out to be a crappy match. Hopefully they win now. Gambling, it's tied to, you can do it once per 20-30 minutes, I forget what, between the two. You type ! flip coin, space followed by how much you want to bet. You can bet up to 2,000. Make sure you have, you know, the amount that you're betting. Roll dice. You pick a number 1 to 6. Basically, ! roll dice. Type 1 to 6. You know, with a space again, and then. Or wait, you don't have to do anything outside of that because you always bet 100. I have it set up like that. Okay, so I will get to the Type 62. I think Abdul, you requested this. I'll get to that after the E75 here. I forgot that my... Actually, never mind. I can just do this. I probably should be using my lesser cruise in this tank anyway. Another challenge. Alright, the E100. I will get to that I'll get to that up next here, John. I just have a feeling I'm gonna lose another challenge here. Yay. Getting very good maps for like tanks today. Keep forgetting I need to text somebody back. Work stuff. Yeah, I keep forgetting to do that in between battles. I wish I had my better crew here. I'm on a little Cromwell. No arty, so I can play this a little bit differently. Come on, guys. Keep on pushing. I hope I don't take too much damage here getting... Need to get one more back. No. Just for them to get to me, they're gonna get shot by everyone in the G line. Hopefully. Alright, the gun depression on this thing leaves a bit to be desired, to say the least. My plan, at least. No arty definitely opens this up, whereas if there was arty, I wouldn't be sitting here. I just wish that I could actually aim. That would help out a lot. Glad they did not just push right now, because there's that Skoda T-24. New Jersey? Yeah, it's cooler here too. It's about 80, so... Which if anybody lives in Texas, I hope that this hurricane heading towards Texas doesn't impact anybody. Shaping up to be a doozy, it looks like. Yeah, I should have pushed forward there. I'm just trying to reschedule my, I don't want to do that either. Reschedule my morning tomorrow at work in my head. I always kind of plan out my next day at work before I leave. I just have to fit something in. Alright, time to open this up a little bit. Daisy, he's dead. Go figure, I can hit shots while moving at full speed, but I can't hit shots when I'm actually trying to aim. The AT-2 somewhere. My guess is back in B1. Huh? Oh, he's all the way up there. Thanks, John. I have not poser, no. I don't think anybody will ever will again, or will ever want to. That bridge is just terrifying driving across, to be honest. Pretty decent match here, though. 1800 damage, more or less. I blocked a whole 90 HP's worth of damage as well. But a little bit of a slow start. It all worked out in the end, though. You guys got to see me fight into, or fight the field. And I barely made it out of there. I could have died if I had stayed up where I was. But, yeah. Most amount of damage in the match by 3. But let me queue up next tank before... Hello, Bartek. Deexa, it's exclamation point, exclamation point request. It's gonna take me a second here. Why don't I do a raffle for 3 minutes here? It's just my brother who texted me, so I gotta actually text him back. Here we go. All's well. Alright, so the 183. I'll probably say that'll be my last tank request I take too. Let me just get that. Yeah, typically, what was just happening is, there's a slight malfunction with, one of our fryers. So, typically Saturdays I go in extra early, and that's when I clean them out, basically degrease them, whatnot, so scrub them, change everything over. I just have to do it tomorrow morning. So I guess I gotta plan a little bit. I gotta go in a little bit earlier now. It's all good though. Levi just gets a little bit less scratches in the morning tomorrow. Nice, you got the test server, Alex. But yeah, here in New Jersey though, oh, I love it that it's only 80 out. It's gonna be like this for the next few days, and I'm loving it because it's like the last full week of summer here, and then after that we're still busy, but it's like all weddings and parties and stuff to where it's a little bit more condensed into like an hour of being super busy, and the rest of the day is kind of like smooth. So pretty much, Alex, test whatever you want. Yeah, whatever interests you. That's what the test server's for. But congratulations, Matthew, on winning the raffle. Which for this challenge here, I've got to reach 6,750 damage, blocked or assist, all combined here. Sometimes depends. I know you're asking, John. Most places, honestly, they reuse that a little bit more than they probably should. Me, that was an E3. I thought it was an E4. Me, I change it every single time to fresh oil. Okay, I don't know how he just penned me with AP like that, but that's the problem with the E100. I guess I don't want our E100 here. He's by himself to where he's gonna get plastered, and he's also gonna basically block them so I can't hit them easily. It's just, he went a little bit too far out. I want to push up and help him, however, just hesitant. Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna win this one either, to be honest. Hello, Trenton. And Rick, nice to see you. It's just I'm looking at how our team's set up, and I think we're gonna get rolled here. Gotta be, yeah. You gotta kind of be aware of what your tank's gonna do to everyone behind you, and he's basically giving them an extra little corner to come out on. Like, granted, he didn't know that, you know, we weren't gonna push up behind him, but you can kind of put two to two together sometimes, and like, oh, there's a crap ton of enemies. Because they're all balled up. It's easier to ball up on that side and push. It's a lot harder to defend this side. Now, yeah, this is gonna go. Yep, I just got freaking. I keep sucking it up. Yeah, I'm not gonna get this. I can already guarantee that. No. Congratulations on winning, John. Unless, the only way I'm gonna get this is if they don't push, which, actually, here's the hoping these guys don't crest, but, oh god, no, I'm dead. They're coming. We just lost our last little... This guy, though, him and I are not working together in the least bit. We're, like, grinding all over each other, and... yeah. We're not meshing too well together, so... Anyway, congrats on winning, John. I didn't really have any chance, to be honest there. Moving along now. Let me get into the E75. Hello, Dingo. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just so lost right now with. Right, never mind. That just got me more confused. I need to not look at my phone during a stream. Alright, I'll probably say, yeah, for the rest of the stream here, I'm just gonna get done these requests and then I'm gonna do tank grinds. I'm not gonna take any more requests or, yeah, anything here. I just need to get myself refocused somehow. But that's the problem sometimes with me in the summer streaming. I just have so many other things going on at times. It's usually always Thursdays though. Because Thursday, you know, it's the day I get back into work from having 2 days off, which doesn't sound like a lot, but yeah. Not a lot gets done when I'm not there on my shift, so. Yeah, well, tonight, not to say, yeah, I don't really have a ton going for me tonight. As far as how I'm playing, so I'll probably say please don't challenge me on anything else, guys. Hello, Paulwell. It's always the freaking last 2 weeks of August that and just work. It sucks. I'm thinking about Lobobo, but actually down the road I need a new GPU at some point. Like, it's still hanging on for World of Tanks, but some other games it's kind of like iffy-ish. Honestly though, GPUs are expensive. I'm not going to be able to do that for at least another year here. So, especially with Levi getting a little bit more expensive here as of last week. Rather spend the money on him. And hopefully next year Ryan gets a full-time teaching job. That would be awesome. It's a little hard making, you know, of basically paying off and justifying student loans and stuff when you only have about 6 months bartending. Alright, we killed him. Thank you very much though, John, for the tip. I'm just, honestly, I'm more confused and I'm not like sad or depressed right now or anything. But thank you very much for the tip. I'm more or less just figuring out when I need to get into work tomorrow. And we're gonna get rolled here. Because typically I get there between 5 and 5:15. But if I get there any earlier, I need to get some stuff done tonight so I don't have anything in the morning to do. Yeah, I saw the other flank just get destroyed. Turning back was not gonna, you know, help at all, so this guy gave up, to be honest. Yeah, the golden dog, $1 million dog. But hopefully though at Levi, I think we figured out like everything we need to do for him, like food and whatnot wise. It's just another kind of wait and see. Yep, I just got destroyed. Moving on to the IS-7 here. Just another, we had to wait a couple more weeks and see if the stuff wrong with his foot kind of goes away. Because we think it's allergy related. It's just if it doesn't, then pretty much the only option left for him is surgery. So that's it's definitely a road we don't necessarily want to go down. Just with how old he is. Thank you very much though again for the tip. I'm gonna update that. Thank you, old school. I know. It's just, especially around here, it's hard to find teaching jobs because we're just, you know, we're on a peninsula, but hopefully though. Honestly, I had a greater chance with what was available. The job's actually still open, but I don't have any sort of teaching degree. I actually had a chance to become a teacher more so than her in like our immediate area, because the high school I was at they're still trying to hire a culinary instructor for the high school, which the only way I'd be able to get it is if I basically got hired as like an emergency, and you can go a different route to become certified as a teacher while being on the job training, but I wouldn't take that primarily, just it would completely screw my family over at the restaurant, so I don't want to piss everybody off on that short of a notice. Because that's something I've thought about before, potentially being a culinary instructor on some level, whether it's like high school or college or whatnot, but I don't plan on cooking in a kitchen forever. I don't think anybody does. Alright, so we're flanking them at the very least. This is scary here. Yeah, I can't pen him. Problem with the IS-7, it is getting buffs, but the gun on the IS-7 is it's a little bit lackluster when it comes to penetration at times. Like I'm using APCR here, and you like reach a lot of tier 10's standard penetration with APCR. But at least they're buffing the gun handling a little bit. Pulling back, I can't really... Levi allergic to New Jersey? That would be bad. But it's one of the things, he might actually be allergic to something outside, so... Just the fun of figuring out what exactly he's allergic to. Oopsie daisy. Thank you for not deleting me, JPZ. Now I'm just kind of stuck in this one little area here. My only hope is that. Thank you, RNG. Ugh. I don't know how it hit that, but I don't think I have an angle on the Skoda. Unless he pushes up. Holy crap, maybe I do have a shot on him. Granted, he gets pushed up. I was gonna shoot him through the window. Ugh. Struggle City here. Not even just me, but I'm looking at our team trying to get shots and we're all just like, oh my god. Thank you very much, Old School, for the GPU fun tip jar. It's alright, dog. I have to... That's one thing I know I have to do after the stream. I have to clean Levi's ears, which is always a fun task. He kind of runs around the house to each of his beds and tries to hide under them. He knows what he's doing. He's not going to get away from me, but he tries his best to make it as hard as possible. Thank you, Gobblegum, for the subscription. Hello, Andre. I'm actually starting to make it back into this. Oh, I probably screw something up here. I was just trying to aim for center mass, to be honest. We really need a couple of these guys to move up, though. Try to... Guess might get hit by the E5, and I missed him. I should have aimed in. Hello, Super Cat. Go. Yeah, the team chat isn't helping. Thank you for banning the 50 millionth Mafia account. Got a little bit lucky there. Hey, he swapped over to Heat. That's not good for me. So I was gonna push up right on the other side there. Goes nothing. Please fire before I get up here, JPZ. No. Big has killed the T10. Ah, I hate frickin'. I always aim at the wrong spot, but I should have aimed lower or higher there. So, whoever the person is, it's mainly just a bot, to be honest. They keep making new accounts. Anybody can make as many The person crashed and killed himself. Make as many accounts as they want, but on YouTube it's like that's probably some game, it looks like, trying to get people to do it. So they go across to every live stream they can in a given time, spam it, get banned, make a new one the next day, you know, and keep doing it. The only way to get around that is if Google like IP bans them or something, which, you know, I guess after a certain amount of reports they might do. But honestly, it doesn't even it doesn't even bother me. You guys usually ban them before I even can get to it. Crap. Okay, we got the Primo Victoria up next. I was like, where is it at? It's down this way. But yeah, I'm not doing any for free, sorry. I'm just soloing tonight. Thank you. And we kind of came back there. I bounced a crap load of shots, but I'm glad we won. But yeah, sorry, Uxis. I'm not taking any more requests tonight. Kind of had a rough day here, but yeah, I have this match and then a 183, and then I think I'm gonna be able to fit in like 2 tanks I need to grind. I was gonna do more grinds tonight, but I was all kinds of confused here about 15 or so minutes ago. Because whenever I get texts about work, it screws me up. Because usually my day, by the time I'm done work around 3, I leave and we have a prep board in the kitchen where I have planned out typically the next at least 2 days. So I have it all written down. I don't have to remember anything. Don't have to worry about like orders or any of that stuff. And I can just kind of like turn my brain off and you know, enjoy the rest of the day. But once things change, I kind of like say tomorrow, having to switch over like a fryer or something, which who knows if I'm gonna do that now. It's like, do I take off, like, this is life of like a sous chef, do I take off like roasted beets, do I take off making salad dressings, stuff like that, where I don't necessarily need them tomorrow, but you know, the way restaurant prep works, typically you're prepping something in like big batches, and it's not just stuff that you need for that day. It might be for a party the next day, might be something for nighttime. So but my brain, it just kind of like rattles things off and I can't stop it. So I get all types of confused. But yeah, I did that in IS-7. They were trying their best to kill me. Fortunately though, that E5 swapped over to heat a little bit late. If he had heat earlier on, I would have been a goner. I just wiggled myself the wrong way. This guy's gonna kill me. At least I got one more shot off. Angle! Yeah. Unfortunately, the Prima Victoria is not good at taking damage. Sorry for whoever had waited for that, but basically it's a Centurion 1 with a Centurion 7 turret front. It's a good premium, but I was trying to play it aggressive there because I saw all the enemies heading south. But Lorraine 40Ts are honestly, you don't see me play it a lot because I typically play premiums when they're requested now. Otherwise, I'm grinding. Lorraine 40T is probably one of the top premium tanks. I'd say at least in the top 3. Honestly, roasted beets are they taste so good. We actually have quite a few people that never ate beets until they start working with us, and they're like, huh, these actually taste really good. They taste like candy by the time I'm done with them, and all we do is we roast them for about an hour, but like we peel them, clean them, dice them up, roast them. I just put oil, salt, and pepper on them. Or no, just oil and salt, no pepper. But yeah, they taste like candy. Mixing salad dressing for me is like we make batches of, it's like 5 gallons at a time. So like our house dressing's a champagne basil vinaigrette. So that involves, you know, it's not terribly hard. It's just, you know, it's making 5 gallons of something at a time. Caesar dressing, 5 gallons of that. That's a lot of grinding with a, like everyone probably knows that that's a bad motion to make on a stream. Like an immersion blender, a hand one. Ours is freaking, it weighs like 15 pounds and you need 2 hands to operate it. It's so big. Like the blade, it's like that big. You know, it's a diameter or whatever, circumference, whatever you want to say. Which, hello, Fix It. Nice to see you. That's funny, Carl. Yeah, really, I enjoyed, like, you guys will see a pretty stark difference, and I'm sure people have watched me the last year or two. Once I hit about, it's like the second week of October, we close, to where every other day up till then we're open every day. So once we hit that, I know I have about at least 3 days where literally nothing can come up about work. So it's gonna be a, he's throwing heat now. He was throwing HE. Yeah, pretty much Randall. Yeah. That sounds pretty good, Victor. Today, one of our food runners, I joked with him because I was busy, so I asked him, like, you know, make sure we're closed for breakfast because I was, you know, busy right up till the end. He's like, oh, we're done. I'm like, if we have one more order come in, and like, you're lying to me, I'm gonna make you, there's something called Satan, not Satan like the devil, but it's more pronounced like Seitan, but I just suck at pronouncing it. It's basically wheat gluten, so think like whole wheat bread, really squished up and a little bit drier. Doesn't taste that bad, but it's for vegans. I'm like, I'm gonna make you that, which he hates it. I made him try it once. I made him a taco of it. He wouldn't even eat it though. But one of our dishwashers ate it. I ate the other half. He's like, oh, this is really good, and I told him what it was, and he was like, his mind was like blown. He's like, what did I just eat? He thought it was meat. But alright, I guess I'll take the shot. And I shot the ground. What a surprise. Awesome. And I'm dead. This is gonna be a 568 damage. Oh, nope, I bounced the heat shell somehow. I don't know how I did that. Tofu, you have to buy, it's called extra firm tofu. Yeah, that's what we get because we use it for salads and like scrambles and stuff, but and even tacos. But if you buy extra firm tofu, it's actually, it's decent. Pretty much tastes whatever you marinate it in, honestly. Otherwise it just tastes like nothing. Just kind of there. Satan's toe. Oh, awesome. I shouldn't have done that, but I died. Alright. That was stupid of me to push up like that on 183, but I did it anyway. Let's hop into a WZ-111-14 here. I'm gonna pick an easier tank I need to get a double done. There we go. Nope. I was trying not to move too much because he popped up like treat. Yeah, tofu though, what I do with it is I marinate it in basically rice seasoning. Which thank you very much, Peter, for the subscription. Basically it's called mirin. Marinate it with that, roasted garlic, a little bit of salt and pepper, and then depending if the person's actually vegan or not, because not all, or not vegan, but gluten-free, I put some soy sauce in it and sweeten that up with a little bit extra mirin. If you let that marinate, it's actually really good. Yeah, who would honestly, at first I didn't even know a few years ago, but soy sauce is actually not gluten-free. Almost all soy sauce you have is made part with soy and part they put wheat in it to kind of stretch it because it's cheaper, I think. You specifically have to buy gluten-free soy sauce, which is all kinds of, like, it won't hurt anybody, but if they're just like, you know, gluten-free diet, stuff like that. But for people with celiac disease, it's actually something, you know, that you wouldn't think of that actually has gluten in it. What is horse sauce? I have no idea. Oh, horseradish. Which I thought I'd be safe here, but nope, I got penned. 2 times where I didn't think I was gonna get penned. I don't even know where they hit me. I just thought it was just my turret sticking out, which turret on this, it's not immune, but you typically can bounce shots pretty well with it. Hello, Harvey. Well, straight soy sauce, yeah, is basically like liquid salt. Add a little bit of honey. Oh my god, why did I shoot? I'm just making all the stupid mistakes to where I should have waited just an extra second, popped them right in the lower plate, but I rushed it. You just add a little bit of honey to soy sauce and it tastes so much better. Or brown sugar. That stinks, John, that your power went out. Let's say I'm kind of fortunate. I mentioned it, you know, several times before, like when my internet was all weird, that they're doing a lot of construction. They're still doing it to where it actually took Ryan and us like maybe 15-20 minutes to move about 100 feet to be able to get into our neighborhood yesterday, because they're doing a ton of construction on the airport that we live near, like a little local one, and the main road, where I'm glad that they haven't messed up the internet. Like for the past week, it's been like, during these times, you may or may not be able to get out of the road in a timely fashion. I say I love horseradish. Even though I tend to like it a little bit spicier than the average person. Which we actually everyone thought this was funny. I kind of felt bad for the people a little bit, but we have on our menu, it's called beef carpaccio. Essentially it's paper thin sliced filet. And I made one. It has like horseradish, capers, onions, pecorino, romano cheese, stuff like that, and a little salad in the center. They sent it out and somebody looked at it and they were like, where's the meat? They were like so confused, and they had to like point out that this is what they ordered. Like, you know, it's not a hunk of meat, it's like really thin and it's sliced and raw. Yeah. Obviously the people didn't read the menu though as to what they were actually ordering. I'm hoping that if this guy tries to shoot me that they'll be able to kill him, which I really needed to hit him there. That was a larger miss than it may appear. Definitely left a little bit of damage on the board here. How? How did you guys not kill him? I sucks that I missed him too, but like how, like let's just bat chat, just push up and shoot him. Like, and yeah, he literally took 0 shots at him. There we go. I'm getting a little bit worried here. Yeah, now we'll all be good. Maybe. I just need to take him out. That sounds pretty fun, Mind Pro. You for missing me, and I shot the ground. I knew that was gonna happen. That wasn't the best shot I could have taken at that moment, but I had an extra second or two. But yeah. At least we got a win here. Don't think I'm gonna get a shot. No. Hello, Riley. Nice to see you. Alright, so I probably have time for one more battle here. Maybe 2. We'll see. But 3,600 damage. Their 263 did a lot, but it all worked out in the end. But yeah, even though I thought I missed more than this, but I missed 4 shots. But you know, in this tank, it's almost another 2,000 damage, so it's more than what it appears at first glance. Let me hop into this guy again. I saw that. Not that I don't really watch any sports anymore, but yeah, I saw that Miguel Cabrera and some other guy I've never heard of start fighting or something. Feel bad for the other guy knowing how big Cabrera is. I only play Artie right now if people request it. I do have to complete the SPG 15 mission for the T55A, but I'm not grinding any SPGs, more or less. So I only play it when it's requested. I was more like that match. I was annoyed that I I let myself get shot because I could have moved a little bit more to the left and not taken 2 shots in the beginning, and I would have been able to play a lot more aggressive. But the only thing I saw my team doing wrong, which was irking me a little bit, was that T-49 kept pulling out to where a lot of us could have hit him, and we were all not shooting him at all. Well, the 263 line's actually, it's not bad. Like, I do know, like, the tier 7 and 8 are kind of, they're hard to play. They don't have too much upside for the negatives, mainly the gun depression and the lack of flexibility, but you know, the tier 9 and 10 are very good. It's just, it's one of those tanks to where statistically they're very good, but they're just difficult at filling in a bunch of roles if, you know, you're thrown on a map or an area that you have to do a lot of different stuff on. Hello, Graham. Nice to see you. I'm a little bit confused as to where I want to go because it does not look like anybody on my team knows what they want to do. And sitting in the back, I could shoot maybe their E100, but like I'm seeing in the center if I sat in the back in the typical camping spots, but I was late there. At least he got hit a bit. You push. I say if you push, I'd go with you. I know there's a defender over there too, but which I haven't gotten to see. I didn't get to see your videos yet, Graham. Sorry. A little bit of a rough day. Thursday seems to be my unlucky day of the week. They don't turn right. That would be... He could have gotten behind that building, but... better for us. Get very far around to where I can start shooting them in the behind. This might be a little bit of a stretch to get across here, just with how large this tank is. Hey, what's up with you? I'm almost done. I've had a dog here. He's been, you know, I've said extra whiny tonight, but he's like kicking the wall, like he wants to do something, which he typically doesn't do. But I guess I didn't play enough with him today. Thought I did. I even took him to my grandparents' house the 2nd day in a row, and he loves it there. I see he's aiming at me. Of course he hits me all the way across the map, right on that weak spot. Awesome. Sorry, little dog. You gotta wait a minute. I swear to God, I'm probably gonna get up. He's gonna run right for his little wheel that I throw in the backyard for him, and he's gonna run to the back door. That's probably what it is. Thanks for tipping him a biscuit, though. I could have taken a shot there. Push out again, please. I missed the T95 too. Or maybe I didn't miss him. Thank you for the subscription, Iotis, I think. Thanks for understanding, Graham. I might be able to tomorrow. We'll see how my Friday goes, though. I should have some time. Not that bad of a match here. Which I'm actually gonna pop into one more, and also start a raffle here. Start a raffle, 5 minutes. Yeah. Master Bad class, tank sniper. Yeah, pretty decent match, top 3 damage. You're a little dog. We're not. I just want to try to get a T49 double win. I have team Old Mill on my team. He's kind of a forum troll. That's exactly what he was waiting for. Yeah, lots of grinding left on that tank. Honestly, though, at least the tier 9 is better than the tier 8. Thank you for tipping, Levi. Thank you, Gamer, for this subscription. Now he's laying on this side of me since he got tipped. Alright, so this is going to be interesting. My entire team's going north, which isn't the worst thing in the world, but because there's no Artie, so they just have to stick together. But if they lose, very plausible. This map tends to do strange things to flanks that you think you're gonna win. Yeah, it could go very, very bad very quickly up there. Alright, I'm gonna... Oh, where are you going, bud? I need you to spot for me. I think I'm still gonna stick here. Try to take a look at if they destroy anything. Yeah, there, he went that way. 2 of them. Crap. Think anybody's behind them? Take a gamble. This thing has good armor, but I should be able to pen him fairly well with this tank. Come on, guys, we can flank him. Work as a team. Use your teammates as meat shields. Try to run away, because running backwards wasn't gonna work. That guy was like, what just happened? It's just, we have 3 tanks behind me. And they didn't get any shots off on them. The 1390 gets plowed through. Yeah. You need to... Oh, it's that guy too. Honestly, I missed a couple shots there, but we're best not to push into them right now. But got Clobbered. Someone's gonna run away. Screw it. I didn't play that exactly right, but at the same time, we were just not working together, which I feel bad for our super Pershing right now, but I'm honestly probably not gonna make it out of this. Yeah, I don't have a repair kit, so I'm probably gonna die here. Yeah. Well, this sucks for a last match, but kind of sums up the night. Oh well. There's about 28 seconds left on the raffle, but I don't have time to try to get another match to end the stream with. I shouldn't have picked the light to go into. But my next stream is going to be Sunday, 7 and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a very nice weekend, guys. Thank you very much for the tips as well. Sorry I was a little bit distracted tonight, but yeah. That's what happens when I get a something about work mid-stream. And something, yeah. But, yeah, congratulations, Daniel, on winning the raffle. But, have a nice night, guys. Have a good weekend. I'll see some of you guys Sunday. Yeah, see you around.